I was doing screen sharing.
It's
I
Arjuna
wait.
and Krishna. Nice it is.
No, screen sharing is not coming yet.
Host disable participant.
Oh, wait 1 minute then. I made myself host.
You have to
1
make
minute.
me co-host, I think.
Okay, 1 second. I will
No.
do that.
Not yet.
Okay, 1 second.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. How are you?
Good Mataji, how are
Okay.
you?
We are fine also.
I have seen your baby's video and the Prabhupada village Goshala pics and all.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. I felt I missed.
Yeah,
Next time.
Next time, surely
Yeah,
you should
sure.
come.
Yeah,
You
100%.
should come. Yes,
Ruchi and Suchi, that video was too good, huh?
Yeah, she
Everyone
danced
actually.
very nice. Her dance was very nice.
Everyone worked very hard and they
The
did very well
expressions and all
actually.
very well done.
Yes, very well actually.
And on Jai Radha Madhav, they had danced. It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. Yes. So we'll
Hare
start.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prasanna Garu is there, I think. And
She is only speaking till now.
oh, yeah, I know.
Prasanna, she was only
Prasanna
speaking. Rita Mataji is there.
Rita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
I don't know who, Chulbula Rao Garu, I don't know your name. Maybe
Chubala.
Jaya Mataji, I don't know.
No, actually, this is Chubala. I'm new to North Carolina. I have recently moved here. So my friend has given me introduced me to these classes. So I've been coming for a few times now.
We are very happy that you joined.
Yes, I'm very glad. I'm so blessed to have found this. So I'm very, very happy to join.
Hare
Namaskara.
And also we have in person also. I mean, if it is convenient to you, you could also join in person.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will if it's possible that time I can.
So
yes.
do you?
Thank you.
Are you in the group actually? Are you in the group or no?
Yeah, I'm in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, good. Okay, very good, very good. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
And we have Ruchi, Suchi, Tanvi, Shashi Rani, Parvati Garu, and Madhu also here.
Yeah, we might have some more guests who will be coming, devotees in the house. So, yeah, we miss Prasanna Garu. She was supposed to come. Yeah, she couldn't come.
I'll come next week.
Next week. We should meet. So, welcome to all the devotees who are in the live
Zoom
in
and
YouTube.
YouTube also.
Yes. I have to share also in the group. See, I'll do that. You can start the class till then.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tiravanachari
Yamuna Tira
वनचारी
यमुना तीरा वनचारी
राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजना
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनवंदन
यमुना तीरा वनचारी
क्या हुआ? हाँ कर रही थी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
हरे
राम
राम राम
राम
राम
Rama Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Hare,
हरे
राम
राम
हरे
हरे
राम
राम राम
Rama Hare
हरे
Hare.
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
राम
Rama, Hare Hare.
जय श्री प्रभुपाद की once again welcome to all the devotees. We'll start with Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya cha Krupa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Andariki Swagatam. So today we are going to cover 11th chapter. That was a mistake. It's not 10, it's 11. So this 11th chapter is also popularly known as Virat Rupa, Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yogam. So here, this is the request. Actually, Arjuna is doing this request for us. Tomorrow, in the future, if somebody claims that he is Bhagavan or God, so this is one of the first things to verify. Can he show Virat Rupa? So what specifically is asking is, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Because Krishna told, right, I also enter into this entire universe. So the universal form, he asked, I want to see, I have a desire to see. So, even though he was very desirous, Krishna told immediately, you cannot see with your present eyes. This form of mine is very divine and it is not possible. So therefore, I will give you divine eyes with which you can see. So this is something like, I don't want to make it like a science class, but the fact is, there are multi-dimensions. Just like we all know, we can perceive 3 dimensions. But our experience is, even though you have 3-dimensional experience, you can only move in 2 dimensions. Like either you can move straight or stand in one point, but you cannot do all 3 movements at the same time. Even though it's possible, all 3, like you have to become an aeroplane or something, and then you can move in all 3 directions. You can move forward, straight, up, all directions you can move. But even if you are inside the aeroplane, you cannot move in 3 dimensions. You can only do 2 dimensions. Always 1 dimension less you can do. So if somebody has capability of 2 dimensions only to perceive, that particular entity can only see 1 dimension. But the truth is, we also experience a 4th dimension. Anybody knows what that is? It's time. It is there. All the time we are perceiving time. But time is linear for us. Like you cannot go backwards in time. You can only see 1 direction in time. But somebody who is in the 5th dimension, they can see 4th dimension. They can move also in 4 dimensions. So obviously, if you can understand the same logic, somebody who is in a higher dimension, they can not only move forward, they can move backward also. That is what is called as seeing future and seeing past. But we cannot go back in the past and see, because we are moving linearly in only the fourth dimension. We are pushed. You cannot see backwards. So here you'll see, interestingly, Krishna tells, now because I gave you these eyes, you can see whatever you want to see. You can see past, present, future, anything. And all, whatever you desire to see in this form, you can see it in one place. You can see the demigods, you can see the lower planetary systems, you can see everything. You can see even the future, what the war is going to be, who are all going to be killed, all that also you can see. So that means it very clearly establishes a fact that there are multi-dimensions. And that is the reason we cannot see the Supreme Lord. See here, he's telling, whatever you wish to see at once in this body of mine, in this universal form, you can see whatever you want to see. Moving, non-moving, everything in one place. So here Krishna is saying, of course, there's a great length of description up to 30 seconds verse, from starting from 9th verse to 32 verse. He's explaining at great length what all things he's actually seeing. Arjuna is narrating every single thing. Just to give a flavor of what it is, what he's seeing, let's see that. Look at this. From text 12, you see, read it. Somebody can read this? You can't read it, it's too small. Okay.
If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form.
Amazing. So, text 14, somebody can read? You can see now? Still you can see?
Then
Yeah.
bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisance and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord.
Right. Hare Krishna. Text 16. Somebody else can read?
May I read, Prabhuji?
Please read.
O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in you body, many, many arms,
Bellies,
belly, mouth. Actually, it's very small.
mouths and eyes.
Expanded everywhere without
Limit.
without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So his form is unlimited, like in all directions it is spreading. There is no place you cannot tell which is beginning, which is end, which is middle. He is not able to tell. You see, all the manifestations of Lord Shiva, Adityas, Vasus, Sandhyas, the Vishvedevas, the two Ashwini Kumaras, the Maruts, the forefathers, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. So they are also seeing the Supreme Lord. Actually, this is another thing Krishna says, actually I have not shown this form to anybody before. Before Arjuna, nobody saw this. So they're all waiting. They're all waiting. Actually, all the devatas are constantly looking at whatever Krishna is doing. Constantly they are seeing, they're eagerly, they know, they only requested, they put the petition, right, to Brahma to get rid of all this Kamsa and his nonsense, to kill Kamsa. They put a petition, and that's how the Devatas know the Supreme Lord is going to come, and they're constantly watching whatever he is doing. And when during the Mahabharat fighting also, all the Devatas are watching. So they all got a chance now to see the universal form.
Why? So their eyes are purified.
Their eyes are purified.
So he purified everyone's eyes, or just?
But for Arjuna, he gave special eyes to see it. But here you can see the Devatas are, because it says perfected demigods, you see? You read that word? And the perfected demigods are beholding you. So not all the demigods are seeing. Only the perfected ones are seeing. So now, let's go back to the...
You can go to that note that all the sons of Dhritarashtra I saw just now.
Yes. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allies, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouths. And some I see trapped with the head smashed between your teeth. So they are like, everybody is killed. So here Krishna is saying, finally, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, time I am, Kalosmi, I am the time that we cannot escape. Nobody, Kala Chakra is moving the whole thing. But Krishna is saying, I am that time and I destroy everything, all the three worlds. Even though we know that portfolio, he gave it to Shiva to destroy. But here he's saying that is mine only. I only am destroyer also. I have come here to destroy all the people. With the exception of you, Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. They'll be finished. Everybody will be finished. So he was showing the future also. So now, the point here is, when he saw, his mood got disturbed. It's like, this is like a Ghora Rupa. It's like, I can't take this form anymore. So what happened until then, he was joking, friends, sitting in the same chair, eating in the same plate. They were sleeping on the same bed. He was cracking jokes with Krishna, because that's what friends do, right? You see, all these friends, what they do, they sit in the same chair, they eat like that. Same. That's how friends do. So Arjuna was immediately thinking, oh my God, you are the Supreme Lord, but I was joking with you all the time. I was so frivolous. I don't know if I did any aparad, but actually there is no offense. You're not doing any Maryada Bhanga. Maryada is not broken. Between friends, you joke and then you just crack jokes and say anything on the other person. The other person doesn't take any offense, right? But if you're formal, even if somebody says a little bit also, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you'll take offense. But between friends, there's nothing like that. So Arjuna was thinking, maybe I crossed my limit. I crossed my limit. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do that, but I didn't know you're the Supreme Lord. He knows he's the Supreme Lord. But there are different rasas. When a devotee becomes very advanced, you can have 5 types of rasa. First rasa is called Shanta rasa, means of neutrality, of you're the Supreme Lord and I'm a simple servant. That's it. There is no interaction or anything. God is great. That's a Shanta rasa. There is no other exchange. There is no exchange. It's a Shanta rasa. Then the next rasa is Dasya rasa. And we know one who's perfected in Dasya rasa, Hanuman, is perfected. He cannot think of the Supreme Lord in any other way. He is the master, I am the servant. That's it. His perfection of Dasya rasa. And the next rasa, Dasya rasa, somebody can go to the next rasa, which is Sakya rasa. In Sakya rasa, you are like friends. There is just like how Arjuna is behaving. And then if somebody matures more than that, more than friendship is Vatsalya. So you're not actually being like friends, you take charge of that person. You take control of that person. In Vatsalya mood, you actually control the person. You tell, no, you do like this. You do, this is not good for you. This is not good for you. So Mother Yashoda is in that position. She can even take a stick and tell, it's not good for you. So that is Vatsalya. Even higher than Vatsalya is Madhurya Rasa, where Krishna is sold out to the gopis. So that is Madhurya Rasa. Of course, there are higher than Madhurya Rasa also. That is called Vipralamba Seva. To serve Krishna in the mood of separation. Being together is great, but being separated as lovers is even more excellent, par excellence. So that is the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came as, like you can see this. He's always in the mood of Radha, in separation of Krishna. He's serving Krishna like that. So that mood is even more rare. So when a devotee, a pure devotee, when in one of these rasas, he is interacting and he sees Krishna as a supreme Lord, that rasa gets distracted. Just like Mother Yashoda, she was being a mother. But moment Krishna showed Vishwarupa in the mouth, then what happened to her? Immediately she started praying. So the mood of motherhood is gone. It got separated. So Subhadra, you see here, in the spiritual world, her business is to make devotees forget Krishna as a supreme Lord. So the cowherd boys in Vrindavan, when they are playing with Krishna, they have, like we have play some small games, and one of the rules of the game is if you lose, then you have to carry the other person. Sometimes Krishna loses and he has to carry that other Gopa. So that's a rule. That's part of the game. But imagine somebody who will climb on Krishna's back if he knows he's Krishna as a supreme Lord like Virat Rupa. He cannot do that. So Subhadra makes all the devotees forget that Krishna is a supreme. But she will only maintain that scene which will enhance your relation with Krishna. So she's like a screenplay director. So she will create such situations so that you act as a devotee or as a friend or as a lover or as a servant like that. So it's a very deeper relationship that somebody can enter into. So the point is, Vishwarupa or Virat Rupa is actually called a material manifestation, and it's a temporary form of the Lord. It's not one of the avatars, or it is not one of the expansions. It is not that. It is like sum total of the entire galaxies put together, past, present, future, everything, whatever you can imagine, all in one form, one body. That is Virat Rupa. And devotees, pure devotees of the Lord, do not aspire to see this form. Actually, you'll see the next sloka after 42. Immediately Arjuna requests, but I don't want to see this form anymore. See, 48 sloka. Of course, 48 sloka, Krishna is saying, I have shown this, but nobody has seen this before. This is a special mercy for you. But he says, I don't want to see this form. Please show me your two-handed form again. So Krishna, again, the same Virat Rupa, first he shows his four-handed form, then he comes back and shows his two-handed form. So that picture, you can see that. And then here Krishna is declaring how you can see this form. You cannot see this form by reading Vedas, by doing tapasya, by doing charity, or even by worshipping. You cannot see. Then how can you see? How can you see Krishna? He's telling. The last two slokas, 54 and 50. Bhaktyatva ananya sakya, ananya bhakti, bhaktyatva ananya sakya. If you remember, he is repeatedly telling that. Aham evam vido Arjuna gnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. The only way you can see me is by ananya bhakti. Bhaktyatva ananya. Only through ananya bhakti you can see. And then what is the conclusion of this chapter again? Mad karma krin, mad paramo, mad bhakta sangavarjitaha, nirvairaha sarvabhuteshu yasamam eti pandava. So he's saying nirvairaha means you should not be envious of any person. All the living entities, you cannot be envious. That's the bottom line. That's the first thing. One of the qualifications. Mat karma. You have to do only mat karma. My karma you have to do. That is Krishna karma you have to do. Mat paramo, because I am the supreme. Okay, mad bhakta, become my bhakta. Sangavarjita, always become associated with me only, nothing else. Yasa mameti pandava. Like this, you can enter into my mysteries, my mysterious forms and my mysterious qualities. That is when you get entry. If you remember the 9th chapter, it is locked. It's confidential. That mystery box is locked. It is open only for devotees. Now, consistently, we spoke about Bhagavad Gita. The Bhakti Yoga is from 7th chapter to 12th chapter. That's what we said, right? And all the treasure is kept inside that. That you can see as a summary. I just put here few slokas. 7th chapter, of course, there are many slokas, but I just put one. Here is saying, conclusion of 7th chapter, you see. Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of all the demigods, of all the methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. That's in 7th chapter, he concluded. Now in 8th chapter, what he's saying? Basically the same thing he's saying. He who meditates on me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, he, O Partha, is sure to reach me. So he's telling how to come. Again, he's confirming the same thing. Now, 9th chapter. I'm just taking all the conclusion only. 9th chapter, what is saying? Manmana bhava madbhakto. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances unto me. Worship me. Being absorbed completely in me, surely you will come to me. So basically, what is a consistent message? How to come to Krishna. How to come to me. Krishna is giving this message. Now let's see 10th chapter. He's saying the same thing. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. And they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So if you are constantly thinking of Krishna, you are loving Krishna, then what will you do? Krishna is saying, you will talk about me to others. That's what you should be doing. And then by doing that, what will happen? Those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they come to me. See, the message is so clear and consistent. It's not like one thing he's throwing something there, something there, something. No, he's not throwing out different ideas. He's consistently giving one single message. And this whole thing is, and then now the 11th chapter, the conclusion, completely he's telling, he who engages mad karma krit, mad paramo, mad bhakta, mad sangha, everything, completely come to me, engage in me, right? 24 hours. Somebody might think, is this Krishna demanding too much? 24 hours, how can you do that? But guess what? As a mother, how are we serving our children as parents? Is it not 24 hours duty? 24 hours. 24 hours you have to take care. Then how is it you are doing it? But when we are saying 24 hours you serve Krishna, we think it is burden. We cannot do. Why? Because in the case of children, we are loving them. So if we love Krishna, then it is not going to be a burden anymore. It's a burden of love. So even though you know it's a lot of work, whatever, cooking is work, so many things, cleaning you have to do, then clothes you have to do. It's non-stop. It's non-stop work. Then after this, then they grow up, then still you still continue to work. Then 24 hours, you're 24 hours engaged in serving the family. Yeah, if it's a husband, he's going out continuously working, whatever he's earning, he's spending continuously. You're asking, all my salary I should spend. Yeah, he's spending. Why? Because he was loving. So this is what Krishna is requesting all of us. So this, the entire Bhakti Yoga is one single invitation to all the jivas to come to us. So if you actually take the entire Vedas, all the Vedas, the main purpose of the Vedas is three. Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. Actually, I made a summary here. Look at this. Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. All the scriptures, whatever scriptures you study, there is one segment which will tell what is the relation between the Atma and Paramatma. That is Sambandha Gyan. That Sambandha Gyan, you can read a lot of scriptures, everything, but Krishna is summarizing everything and is telling one single Sambandha. What is your relation with me? You are my devotee. Your Sambandha is already established. If you get this knowledge, then Abhideya. Abhideya means what is the procedure that you will get to Krishna. So here he is telling there is only one procedure. Ananya Bhakti. Anything short of Ananya Bhakti, you cannot get Krishna. It's just like you want to go to Mars or somewhere, you cannot take one scooty or some small Maruti car or small van or something and tell, this is what I have, I cannot afford more than this, but I want to go to Mars. No. You want to go to Mars, then you need something like a satellite, which will actually take you. Not all the satellite also can take you. Something really, really super technology, whatever it has to take you there. So that kind of tool you need to reach Krishna. So he's telling, what is that tool? That Abhideya, Ananya Bhakti, pure devotion, nothing mixed. And what does it contain? It should be constant, it should be uninterrupted, it should be unmotivated, it should be uncontaminated. That is a tool you need to use to go to Krishna. And what is the benefit? Prayojana. What is the prayojana of this? Go back home, back to Godhead. Come back to Krishna. So the entire scriptures are only three things. So what are the three things? Anybody can tell now? If you read the entire Vedas, you should be able to understand the entire scripture in three ways, three simple steps. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Reshma and Varun and Abhay are here. Okay. Tell Tanvi, what are the three things you will learn from the Vedas? The cheat sheet is there, right? Three things. Sambandha Gyan, Abhideya Gyan, and Prayojana. What is Sambandha? Your relation with. And what is that relation? You're a devotee of Krishna. That is our original relation. Okay? And Prayojana, Abhideya, how do you go to Krishna? The second. Ananya Bhakti. That is the tool. Anything short of that tool, you cannot reach Krishna. And final result? Prayojana. What is that? Go back home, back to Godhead. That is a benefit. That is a benefit. So these three things are summarized in all the chapters of Bhakti Yoga. You'll see in 12th chapter, if you cannot reach this, how to go step by step. That concession you'll see in the next chapter. So I just concluded. I know you came just now, but can take any questions.
And just give them a recap that we did this, the chapter. Just give them that recap at least. What was the
Moonlight.
chapter?
Somebody said something?
Anju?
Okay. Just to give a small recap in short way. So Arjuna requested, he wanted to see the universal form. Okay. Then Krishna said, I can show you, but you cannot see with your eyes. So I'll give you divine eyes with which you can see. Then he also told how you can see everything in the inside this form. Anything you can desire, past, present, future, anything you can see in this form. So I just was telling how a small logic to that. Just like we are three-dimensional beings, but your experiences, you can only work in 2 dimensions, even though you can see 3 dimensions. All 3 dimensions you cannot move at the same time. So 4th dimension that we experience right now is time. But you can only go in one direction. You cannot go the other direction. So somebody who has 3 dimensions, you can work in 2 dimensions. So somebody who can see 4 dimensions, you have to be in 5th dimension to actually see the backward movement also of time. So Krishna gave that vision to Arjuna so that he can see not only past, future, and past also he can see. So that's how he was able to see. That means there are multi-dimensions in which this whole universe is constructed. That's why when people try to see Swargaloka or higher planetary systems, most likely they will not be able to see it because they are in different dimensions. And Krishna also tells how he is already destroying both the sides, all the soldiers with an exception of Pandavas. But all this, the Devatas are also able to see. Now, after seeing everything, Arjuna was not very happy seeing this entire universal form. He said, no, looks like Ghora Rupa for me. Please withdraw this. I want to see your beautiful 2-handed form only. Then he shows both his 4-handed form and 2-handed form, and then he becomes happy. But then what happened? Moment he saw the Supreme Lord's form, his mood of being a Sakya Rasa got disturbed. Because as a devotee, when somebody is very mature, you don't want to remember Krishna as a Supreme Lord. Just like the Gopas and Gopis in Vrindavan, nobody cares Krishna is Supreme or not. They are just happy serving him. They're just happy playing with him. But then moment you remember Krishna as Supreme Lord, that rasa will be broken. So the same thing happened here, that rasa was broken for him and he was very apologetic. Maybe as a friend, I was eating in the same plate, we were sleeping in the same bed and was cracking jokes and all that. I'm very sorry, like that he says. But anyway, that's the mood. And here Krishna says, I've never shown this form to anybody in the past before. But now all the demigods also got a chance to see it. So here Krishna finally concludes by saying, this form you cannot see or understand by reading the Vedas, by doing tapasya, by doing charity, nor even by worship. You cannot see this form. But how do you see it? Ananya Bhakti, Bhaktyatva Ananya Sakya. And last 254 and 55 slokas is telling. Now, I did a summary there at the bottom. If you see, 7th chapter, same thing is talking about. 8th chapter, same thing is talking about. 9th chapter, 10th chapter, everything consistently is talking about same three concepts. Become my devotee, practice pure devotion, come to me. Man manabhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. That's worship, how to serve Krishna. Then mam evashyasi satyam te pratijanahi. You will come to me. Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Everywhere he's talking about the same consistent message. So that was the conclusion.
Last one is Sambandha Gyan and Abhideya.
Yeah, then now I told they just came at this point.
Yeah.
Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. So the entire scriptures are also talking about the same way. These three ways only. When Vyasadeva has presented all the scriptures, if you read sit and read all the 4 Vedas, you will get this same structure. The same structure is given in a small condensed capsule in the Bhagavad Gita to us. Like that. So your great Pandits, just by reading Bhagavad Gita, you will understand the essence of the Vedas. It's like reciting all the 4 Vedas, you get the summary. Like that. All the 108 Upanishads, you get the summary. This is the summary. Like that.
Anybody has any questions now?
She's saying, ask. Ananya Bhakti. That's a good one. She's saying if somebody wants to do multiverse traveling, then this is the formula. Become a Shuddha Bhakta. They can travel. Actually, Narad Muni does. He goes all over, right?
But the goal is that you want to only talk about Krishna wherever you go.
Yeah,
So you
the
can go anywhere.
Prayojana. Go back home, back to Godhead. That's all. Don't get stuck up in traveling here.
No, but also, you can go anywhere as long as you are doing Krishna's work of
Mat karma
distributing
krit.
Krishna God.
Yes.
Then you can
You
go
can
anywhere
travel.
in the whole
Just like
universe.
Narad Muni is traveling everywhere.
You can go
only for the purpose of making devotees.
But you have to be so strong that you don't get stuck up anywhere. And, so you have to be really, really a pure devotee.
Correct.
You can
Correct.
do that.
Yes.
Anyway, Yudhishthir Maharaj, who said that? Yudhishthir Maharaj, no? I'm ready to go to the Patal Loka. Who was it?
Yeah.
He told, right?
Yeah. Of course, Yamaraj is already gone to Patal Loka. Only for doing service.
Yeah. That I would want to go and talk
Bhakti
about
Siddhanta
Krishna.
Saraswati also said, yeah. He said, I was looking at a moon planet. Now they are all becoming very materialistic. I should go there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I have not
said
read that.
He said that.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So
So anybody?
Narad Muni is the actual devotee, a true devotee. Like sometimes in talks, they know Narad Muni.
Oh yeah, in the movies they show like a cartoon character. That is very bad.
That's wrong. Actually,
Very,
Narad Muni
very bad way to depict a pure devotee.
But he's a true devotee.
Yes.
Yeah.
He always has
Yes.
Narayana, Narayana.
Yes.
And he's talking about Krishna to everyone and making pure devotees.
Correct.
So even now he's doing somewhere, only we don't know
And that
all
is
those
what
things.
Prabhupada is continuously doing through his books, even now. And he's present to all his devotees.
Yes. Anybody who reads his book can connect with him directly, personally. You don't need a layer or anything. He's directly talking to you. So, yeah. Anybody else has any other
See,
point?
so many people try to summarize Bhagavad Gita in one line and they miss out the main crux. You see, so many people have sent summaries in your WhatsApp or wherever. Have you ever seen a conclusion like this? The same consistent thread. Become my devotee, worship me with pure bhakti, ananya bhakti, and you will come to me back home, back to Godhead. This is the essence, but this essence is missing. And that is why Prabhupada, as it is Bhagavad Gita, is so important.
Also, another thing is that it's coming with disciplic succession. Prabhupada learned it from his guru, and then it's coming all the way from Krishna. That's one part of it. But the other thing is that what was I saying? I forgot actually. Yeah, I just forgot. Yeah, basically it's coming through the parampara. Yeah, somebody saying something over there? We can't hear.
No.
Okay, so any other questions?
So Bhagavad Gita is only studied under a proper Guru Parampara, under a proper teacher who has studied.
Yes.
He cannot understand Bhagavad Gita at all.
It is a practical knowledge. It is not theoretical. That is the whole point. You cannot give it has to be Ananya Bhakti, just like we are talking. How you serve your children without a break. Will you say now 10 minutes, 1 hour today, I finished my quota of serving my baby. Now my job is not there anymore. Will you say that?
No.
Exactly. That is the way of Ananya Bhakti. I finished my 1 hour japa chanting. Now something else I will do. No, that's not Ananya Bhakti.
Also, another point I was
maybe initially you might be doing that because we have not understood what is pure bhakti. So, but gradually you have to have an uninterrupted thought of Krishna. The thought of Krishna should not be broken. That is Ananya Bhakti, without breaking. And you can do so many things in your day. Like when you are serving your children also, it's not that only one activity, only cooking. 24 hours you're not only cooking. No. You're doing variety of things.
Different
but everything you're doing for your children.
Correct.
That is the consciousness. That is the consciousness with which you work for Krishna. 24 hours. 24 hours, it's not one activity, not only japa. Only japa is one activity, but there are a host of variety of things. Navavida bhakti you can do. So many varieties of ways, but the thought is not broken. That's the point. The thought I'm connected with Krishna, the thought I'm serving Krishna is not broken. That is the point.
I also wanted to add the point that I remember just now. So Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, he gives this conclusion because of course it's coming from Guru Parampara. Second is only what you have, you can give to anybody. So he has Ananya Bhakti. If you have Ananya Bhakti only, you can give. So Prabhupada has that, and that's why he's able to freely distribute it. So others, they cannot get this conclusion because most probably they don't have it. So whatever they have, they can give that.
Correct.
So with this, if no other questions, Hema Didi, you have to ask, you want to ask anything? Prasanna Garu, ya Chubala Mataji?
No, Mataji.
No questions?
No questions.
Okay.
No questions today. Thank you.
I had to ask one question, but I got answer from Prabhuji without asking.
Oh, wonderful. Your voice, Prasanna Mataji, and the girl who has come here, Reshma, you both have same to same voice. You have to meet each other. Actually, you both will think that what is this? I'm hearing my own voice. So, yeah,
definitely I'll meet.
Yeah, next week. Yeah, she'll be here.
Hear your voice. Reshma is here.
Reshma has come today.
Talking. Her voice matches your voice.
Yes. So we'll stop the live here. Thank you for those who were